Hey, how's it going, everybody? We're gonna test out Skadi. I really should look that up. Deals 170% damage to all enemies. Damage is increased by 70% for each dead enemy. And then killed enemies or minions give you frost damage stacks and negative mana generation stacks. So I don't have any minions on my team except for Vela. So that would still be minus 6% on everyone and and 29 frost damage per turn. So she's not maxed yet. But let's see let's see what she's like. Okay. Going for hitting Jean-Francois with those tiles. Trying to think how I can get 3 blue matches out of this if possible. Because Jean-Francois is almost charged up already. And we don't want that. I don't think it's possible. Actually, I just made it worse. So... $233 per turn, quite a lot. Alright, so for comparison, Tluri does 130. This is 40% more damage, which will probably be like, I don't know how much more. 200 each. Oh, and Ariel died, so now we have stacks on us, which is not very nice. And we can't use Finley because he will increase their defense. So we have minus 6%. Say against a minion heavy team, she would be very good because you can have minus 60% mana generation and 420 per turn. But if you were actually, yeah, if she killed if everyone had 2 minions, that would be max stacks, which would be pretty crazy. And without a healer, I'm just slowly getting chipped away. So we'll try that again too. So on defense, probably not great on defense because you can just avoid that and not bring a minion heavy team, because that's really the only time she's good. She can kind of like help accelerate the ending of a fight, because like you saw, as heroes start to get killed, it just kind of speeds up the inevitable, what might be an inevitable loss at that point. So let's try that again. Okay, one more blue match. So this should finish off Tilleria. Okay. Should have used Black Knight there. But I guess that wouldn't matter with Skadi. Whatever her name is. Okay. Alright, so 270 with no defense down is like 200. That's on defense, so you're going to see 20% less, which puts it in the... She's not quite maxed yet, so it puts it in like probably the 150 to 250 range, which is pretty pathetic. And that's where the benefits are outside of that, upon, in my opinion, primarily killing minions. So, some heroes you can't get a good idea on defense because they're just not good on defense, and I think this is one of those. The potential there seems strong if you can maximize it, but that's the if. Minions are definitely becoming more common than they had been before, but we're not totally in the place of that being one of the predominant mechanisms. Revive. All right. So we've got another... God, I wish I knew how to say this name. What would I best guess? Skadi. I don't know. But anyways, at +9. So the last one that we looked at was not even maxed. This is also a familiar name. I think this is UCLA PAX Alliance. Yep. Anyways, let's test this hero out. This is a pretty menacing team, so not too excited for this, but I'm curious to see what this hero is like on a deadlier team, because as we saw, her utility is increased with killing minions and killing heroes. So as I go down in flames probably against this team, we'll be able to see a little bit more of that potential unlocked. So take the free hit on Zimkeitha. Let's try for another blue. Nice. I don't think that will be lethal. It might be. Okay. Let's get Black Knight going while we can. Oh, nice. We're gonna hold off for a second because Finley is the main threat. Oh, splendid. And Killhair is definitely a threat too, so let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, here she goes. So 319 with defense down. We have no stacks because no one's been killed. That might kill. Oh, cool run bonus too. So it's 300 with defense down, so it still means that the attack is coming in probably around the high 100s, like 180 maybe higher than that, because it'd be like 50% more damage, but it has to go through the damage calculation, so it's not totally linear. But yeah, that was not the the best additional view, but I think we can understand from what we've seen here that this is a hero that really is only excelling when you're already winning or when you're against a minion heavy team. So in defense, I don't see that as being very strong. I don't think that they put this hero on defense because they thought it was a strong decision. It might just be trying to test them out to see what would be different. But I think this hero is better used on offense and better used against minion heavy teams, which we'll probably be seeing more of as the game continues to transform. Because the stacks happening by the time you get one kill, you're looking at 32 frost damage, which is going to increase with troops, so probably like 50, 40, high 40s per turn with one stack. So say you kill, it happens to be a druid minion, and you kill one person. So that's now close to Vela's amount of damage per turn for everyone. This is at average speed. And then also that would be minus 12% mana generation, which is pretty significant. It's half of Telluria just with one kill and one minion kill. Let's see. Per each killed enemy. So it sounds like from the way this is worded that this hero has to be the one to kill them, or it doesn't count. Deals 170% damage to all enemies. Damage is increased by 70% per each dead enemy. So yeah, this hero will really help you win the fight once you've started to get the upper hand. So that's just for each dead enemy. But this says all enemies receive 32 frost damage per each killed enemy. So that's putting an action to it. Each dead enemy is just a passive boost to the skill. The stacks are per each killed enemy, so I think this hero has to be the one to kill them, which is a limitation for sure because the attack power is not that strong, so you could easily bring them down quite low and not get it. So that's why I think it's better for minions, because this 170% is, if the minions have been slightly damaged, is going to be enough to finish them off. So the wording on these cards is not always very clear, and they do make some kind of semantic mistakes sometimes, so I don't trust my interpretation, which seems completely logical, to be 100% correct. But it does read that way, especially because they've differentiated their language from per each dead enemy to per each killed enemy. So that's probably the biggest limitation here. So again, I think much better on offense, but an interesting hero, and one that I'm looking forward to seeing how they fit into the expanding and evolving metas. Okay, one more look at Skadi. God, it drives me crazy how I don't know how to say that name. Mr. Dwight K. Schrute here from Dunder Mifflin has attacked me, and that will not go unrevenged. So I love using my blue and red team in general, but especially with 2 red flanks and especially against Ursina. And I typically, depending on how the beginning of the match goes, will let Ursina fire so she gives the buff, because the yellow reflect buff doesn't impact my team choice at all, and instead it lets Finley go to work on everyone. So yeah, let's just go for it. It's interesting to see a few of these now with emblems on them. A little surprised by that on defense, because to me it's not a very defensive oriented hero. So let's go for the combo. Oh yeah, that's a dead Gravemaker. Always a good thing. Okay, then we want to go for... we need our next blue match. How do I want to do that? Might as well hit Zimkitha with one of them. So we'll lead with Zimkitha. We'll get Gravemaker. Oh. I think I'll kill Ursina with these. Okay. Perfect test for the hero that will not be named. All right. Okay, so let's see if that counts as a stack. So 1 hero on my team has died, and it was killed by this hero. That was close. Okay, so yep, that looked like an extra 70% damage. We don't have any stacks on us though. Okay, so what that tells me is you can't be killed by a slash attack. You truly must be killed by the main attack. So let's test that out further. Can't remember if I did this in the first version of this fight, which I did on a different day. So we'll let this hero charge up one more time. Still not gonna kill anyone, I don't think. We'll see if we can make that happen. So I won't heal, despite the overwhelming urge to heal. Almost did it on... Oh no, that wouldn't have healed. Okay, so this should again do the increased damage of like 400 per. That's going to be the damage for 1 dead enemy. Didn't kill anyone still. So that's a huge weakness that I hadn't anticipated. Apologies if I covered this elsewhere in the video. Like I said, these happen across different days sometimes, so I often don't remember exactly what conclusions I may have come to in one of those fights. But despite Gravemaker being killed by this hero, since it wasn't killed with the special, there are no stacks at this point, and you just have a not quite Ursina strength AoE hitter, assuming that there's 1 dead. So I am a lot less impressed than I was, even barring using this hero on offense only. That's pretty lame that for the stacks to occur, they have to be killed under very specific oh wow, can't talk today, under very specific circumstances. Whoops. So that's kind of lame. Let's look at the card again. So it was 100%. So that's increased for each dead enemy, but then the phrasing of per killed enemy not only means killed by this hero, but killed by this hero's primary special. Because I guess when you look at these cards, the bullet points are in sequential order. So the kind of order of operations here are dealing 170% damage. In our case with Gravemaker Dead, it was the extra 70, so 240%, 20% under Ursina, but no extra damage against any particular element. And then the stacks come into play. All enemies receive 32 frost damage for each killed enemy or enemy minion at the end of each turn from this special skill. So hopefully that clarification is helpful. It's a bit disappointing to me. Would have been more interesting if maybe the damage was lower, but they were at fast speed or something like that. I don't know. I just find this a little bit underwhelming based on the mechanics of how it has to happen. So it doesn't seem like the kind of thing that might be a bug. I think that's just as intended, but it's disappointing. So, yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.